here I am, vlog number 2. Don't worry, I'm not going to keep counting the numbers. This is about after 2 weeks after finding out I had cancer and waiting for the biopsy results. I then have an appointment at the hospital, and I went with a friend and to find out what kind of cancer I had and how bad it was and what sort of treatment I would need, and to say that there was not enough pairs of underwear in the world to be able to deal with that appointment is an understatement. It was one of the most nerve-wracking things I have ever done. Thank God I had my friend with me. So I went in, and the consultant was very nice. Very nice. He was lovely. And he turned up and he was like, how have you been? And it was just like, really? Stressful 2 weeks. And he said, yes, we're sorry about that, but it's, understandable. And he started talking, and I have to say, in all fairness, all I could hear was blah, 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 cancer, blah, 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 stage, blah, 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 blah. In the end, I just said to him, right, look, all I want to know is, am I going to be able to see my kids grow up? And he said yes. And the relief that I felt was enormous, absolutely overwhelming. Which it seems kind of ironic that I say that, considering that in my last video I said that one of the things that irritated me was when people said, live for your children, and here's me saying, oh, thank God I can watch them grow up. That's not me living for them. That is me wanting to see them grow up. It's not me saying I'm only going to live for them. That is me saying they are giving me a big reason to carry on, but it's still not the only reason to carry on, because I still want to enjoy my life. I still want to find out, things that I need to look forward to. Anyway, as soon as he said that, yes, you're going to see your kids grow up and everything's going to be fine. Thank God, I just looked at him and I said, right, I don't care. Just do whatever you've got to do. Get this thing out of me and be done with it. And then I was like, oh, actually, can you tell me what kind of cancer it is and everything like that again, because I really wasn't listening before. So he said, right, it was stage 2 at that point, lobular breast cancer. And so meant nothing to me, straight over my head. And I was just like, okay, what treatment is it? At that time it was just a lumpectomy, which I have to confess I really wasn't happy about at all. And hormone tablets with a possible course of chemo or possible course of radiotherapy. So to say that I came out of that meeting with a massive sense of relief is an understatement. After 2 weeks of not knowing whether or not I was, quite bluntly, going to survive, I then had hope, and things didn't seem so bleak after all. So I guess it filled me with a new sense of purpose, and gave me something to look forward to, which sounds silly, considering that I was dealing with cancer, but the bottom line for me was that, I still had a life, and I could still see my kids grow up, and, I can have some fun, and, you know, still do things with them. Just all sorts of things, you know, because I love life. I think there are lots of wonderful things in this life. Like sitting here, the birds are chirping, you can hear the wind blowing through the trees. Just, there are many wondrous things in life, and I love wondering about them. So that was that, and then it was a case of telling my children. My daughter, sneakily, I don't know, she's very intuitive, amazing little girl, and she kind of knew, don't know how, that I had cancer anyway, and when I told her that I had, she burst into tears, obviously, but then I said to her, look, I've got to have an operation and, you know, some treatment and things like that, but it's all going to be okay. And she seemed a little bit more positive after that. But when you are told that you've got cancer, it changes everything. It changes your life. It changes your outlook on life. It actually changes how other people see you as well. It can affect everything from, you know, intimate relationships. It can affect friendships. It can affect family life massively. And so sometimes you find yourself not only dealing with the fact that you have cancer, but also dealing with the fallout from that as well. I have lost many people because of this, and you know, it's not actually ideal time to be dealing with losing those people, as well as dealing with cancer. And at the moment I'm having radiotherapy as well, so it kind of hits you like a truck, actually, like a truck. I just keep telling myself, well, if those people are not going to stand by me and be there for me in this, my biggest hour of need, then they're not the people for me, you know. But it still hurts, especially when some of them you're close to, some of them you've known for a long time. You know, it's a very tough situation, and definitely not for the faint-hearted, and you certainly find out who are the faint-hearted. But then you put your faith in those that do stand by you, and then the ones that suddenly crawl out of the woodwork, you know, the unexpected ones, and you're like, wow, you know, I wasn't expecting you to suddenly pull through on this, but there you are, and I'm not going to turn you away. So all up, it was very interesting. After that meeting, I was then sent for an MRI, and from that they determined just exactly how big the lump is and exactly what kind of operation I need. So in my next video, I'm going to be talking about when I went for my MRI, and that is funny. See you next time.